What is up, Digidestins? Vintage Swords here, and I'm coming to you guys with a video. So Bandai just announced that they are going to be having their new ban list coming out on the 17th, and everybody is like, oh my god, Black Hole Greymon is done for. But honestly, it's not that bad of a deck. It will get hit, I want to say, speculating, just like everyone else. That's why you clicked on this video. And I just want to talk about the deck because even though it is the best deck, and one of the best deck, I'll say that it's one of the best deck. The deck did win our nationals. It didn't win every other nationals, you know. It didn't win every other nationals. It wasn't a great amount. It was just in a major amount of Black Hole Greymon decks because that's the best bet for playing. You don't want to take, something booty or dog water to a big scale tournament. So you want to play what you think is going to be the best deck. So people decided to play Black Hole Greymon. Some of the things with Black Hole Greymon is that you do have to have your line. You got to make sure that you have the X antibody option. If you don't have that X antibody option, you're doing something wrong. Some people are like, well, Cold Boy to 1, it's guaranteed. Cold Boy to 1. I don't believe in that. No, not whatsoever. Cool Boy, you need Cool Boy for any X antibody deck, regardless of what people say. You need Cool Boy. Otherwise, the deck is just ass, and you're just playing, the regular tribal deck with clunky ass pieces at that point. Because most cards, they synergize with Cool Boy. That's the whole reason why you run the X antibody Digimon, is to gain a bit of advantage from Cool Boy. I mean, without those cards, the deck is ass, and you can take it or leave it however you want. We can argue about this all day in the comments, but they're not going to hit Cool Boy. Cool Boy is not going to go anywhere, especially when they're reprinting it as a gold rare in that, I think it's the special edition thing or whatever it's called that they're doing in that booklet. Kind of like the promo cards that we had back in the day with the promo Biomon, Gomamon, Agumon, and all that jazz. So I don't think that they're going to be hitting it. As far as the Greymon X line, I think one card that they will hit is maybe Greymon X Antibody, the Virus. Just because that card is too good. Everyone should know that's the best card in that deck. Hands down, is the best card in that deck. And in the, I want to say in the next set or the future set, BT, I think it's BT, not BT, but EX4. Yeah, EX4, EX3, whatever the fuck we're on right now. That card is broken. The Metal Greymon that comes after that card is fucking broken. So what that card does, right? It has a Digivolving cost of 3. That's the problem right there. Is the Digivolving cost of 3, and it's a dual color Digimon. So it's red and black, or black and red, whichever your preference. I don't remember. But the reason why that card is so bad and broken is because the X antibody, the Virus X antibody for Greymon, makes it to where that card is a 1 cost for Digivolving. So there has never been in this game an ultimate where you could just Digivolve for 1. Never. Maybe 2. You have your Waremonzimons. Almost dropped you guys. I'm driving. Don't tell anybody. Don't do what you see me do. Don't tell your friends. But you may see your Waremonzimons and your Monzimons, back in the day where Digimon was fresh, and you had your 2-drop ultimates where you can just Digivolve, and it's a 5 cost. It's a 5 cost play, hard play, and it's like 2 to Digivolve on top of it, but it was a vanilla. That was the only thing that you've seen. But nowadays, everything that has an effect for the most part is a 3 cost Digimon, or it has a way to reduce its cost. but never in Digimon has it ever been one cost for an ultimate to be played, unless it was like something weird like a Alteris mode, or the Sagittarius mode for the Were-Garurumon and Metal Greymon. So besides all that, and even though they still have a 3 cost, but that's the reason why that card is going to get hit. And having the protection with X antibody as a caveat, people thought Doru Greymon was broken. This card is broken. Like, yeah, Doru Greymon gave you checks, but this card is just bananas, you know? Being able to protect yourself and reduce the Digivolution cost of your Digimon to 1, buddy, that's broken. So you gotta go. I understand they're gonna take you out in the back like old Yeller, and they're gonna, man, it's tough times for the Greymons. So that card is definitely going to 1. And people are like, well, ban the X antibody option card. You can't fucking ban that card, and you can't put that fucking card to 1. People don't understand is that these white cards are all generic for the specifics of X antibody archetype. So they make the X antibody cards what they are because you have to run them. You wouldn't run the X antibody option in any other deck outside of, like, you know, Mother D Reaper, but you wouldn't run it. So you have to run things like that, and you have to run things like Cool Boy because those facilitate the engine, because you are running an X antibody engine in your deck. Without those cards, it's not functioning. Like, you're just playing a bunch of clunky pieces, and it's just not going to work out for you, because most of the cards with the X antibody, 90% of the time, they have an effect that deals with the X antibody cards, unless you're something like you know, Melga, where you don't. And that's another thing with Melga. People have been back and forth, especially with the Ultimate Cup rules, on how it's going to go. And I think that the Ultimate Cup rules is what we are going to be looking at going forward, with a few changes for our Banned Unlimited list. I want to say that either that they're going to keep it how it is. Every card that you see restricted for Ultimate Cup is going to be like that IRL. The only thing I don't think is going to get banned, I don't think Death Xmon is going to get banned, just because that card is just, it's an equalizer. Any deck can play it. It's very splashable, and you can easily play around it, you know, by not committing extra hard to the board, or you have specific cards that can stop that. Like I said, the X antibody cards, the Metal Greymon X, he stops it from being de-digivolved, so that's something you can stop. And you wouldn't normally just drop Death Xmon on the Blackwood Greymon board anyway, because that's just dumb. But I don't think that card's going to 1. I don't think they're going to hit Cool Boy. You need Cool Boy in any of these X antibody decks, especially with X antibody decks in the future. They're not going to hit cards that specifically tailor to those decks. That's just dumb. That's not really good marketing strategy. So I don't care what the community says at that point. People are just fucking salty, and they're gonna always be salty about dumb shit, just because they feel like things are unfair, just because they can't win. So those are some things. I think Grand Kawaga, or whatever the fuck dude's name is, the bug that lets you, when digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then you have the Ice Wall effect. That shit's going to 1. That shit's fucking stupid, and the only way you can play around that is if you just don't commit to the board, and that's fucking hard to do in a game of Digimon. You can't just not commit to a board and expect, you know, to come out alive afterwards, because your opponent is just going to steamroll you. That's the only card in Grandis that just seems unfair. I don't care about Grandest Kawagamon just being able to fucking unsuspend, swing with piercing, and unsuspend again and swing again. Like, that's fine. You know, every deck archetype has to have some form of OTK. or control. Like, it's either the one or the other. Like, it has to. Otherwise, it's just ass, and it doesn't do anything. It shouldn't be made, but that's neither here nor there. But I think that card is going to win. Grand Kawaga X is just too strong. It's just too strong of a card, and you can't just leave that alone. Especially if you try to hit either the Metal Garurumon X, Were Garurumon X antibody, or the Were Garurumon promo that people were talking about. You can't leave that card alone. Grandis is too strong for too good, for too much, and it's super cheap. Like, you can just sit in raising, and that's the thing. Like, people had problems with Alphamon because it's just sit in raising, and there's little to no interaction. Well, there's even worse interaction with Grandis, because you literally just watch them as they're just, beating your ass. Like, there's nothing you can do. And especially if you don't run security bombs in your deck, and it's kind of dumb that you would have to run security bombs in order to, stop yourself from dying, because not every strategy can warrant you playing security threats. So that's just dumb. Get rid of that shit. Put it at 1. They'll be fine. They can play other cards. They can play fucking Metal Kabuterimon or Mega Kabuterimon, whatever the fuck it's called, where you punch over a Digimon, you can trash a card from the security, so they'll be fine. They just can't Digiburst it from Grandis, so it is what it is. As far as like something from Purple, I want to say like real hard that they are probably gonna hit Werewolf mode. Like, that card is just too stupid. Being able to gain fucking 9 memory, and I know Alphamon or Yukin is just broken because you get to gain 9 memory, but you have to put cards back from your stack that grant you like so much advantage. You have to put those back just to get the 7 memory, and it's just 7 memory. His Digivolving cost is 3, so realistically you may be getting 4 memory back if you're at a deficit of memory. You put your opponent at 3 by Digivolving into him. You put all 7 sources back. You'll be gaining your 4 memory. That's all you get is 4 memory. So unless you just don't pass turn. But anyway, back to the card at hand. That guy, I honestly believe they're gonna put that guy to 1. He's just too good. He facilitates too many loops, and loops are dumb. They're just dumb. There's no thought into them, and it's never like a different loop. It's always just the same loop, just in different variants. It's always the same shit. So let's put it to 1. But I think that the Ultimate Cup is a precursor for what we're going to see at our for our ban list. Believe it or not, I think it is. I don't think they're going to hit Cool Boy, just because as much as the player base likes to believe, Cool Boy's not the problem. And you can torch me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Just because they're not finna hit like a mechanic. They're not finna hit cards that foster a mechanic in the game. That's just dumb. Like, they're not finna do that. That's just like hitting all of the cross tamers. They're not finna do that. That's just stupid. You can't play, like, you can play an X antibody deck, like you can probably get away with playing War Greymon without Cool Boy. You can probably maybe could get away without playing it in Alphamon, like, and this is just me reaching for the stars for this one, but you can probably play it without Cool Boy and X and Alphamon, but you need it. Otherwise, those X antibody Digimon that you're playing in the deck serve no purpose at all. Like, they're just useless at that point. So fuck y'all for wanting Cool Boy banned. Cool Boy's the best card for any of the X antibody archetypes. Like, you have to play that card. It's mandatory that you play that card, unless you're something like Grandis, where you don't fucking need it. Just because of how cheap Grandis is. Like, you're Okuamon or Kokuamon, where the Uamon he is, Kokua, Ua, whoever the fuck he is, Bug Digimon, Big Bag Beetleborg, that is your Cool Boy. That dude, like, gains you so much advantage. He's just stupid as a card. He deserves, as much as I would want to say ban him, nah, he's just going to 1, dog. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. Make sure to Supreme Cannon the like button. Transcend the sword the subscribe button. Let me know if you like these type of videos where I just rant and speculate, just like everybody else. Shit, may even make it a tier list video. Which cards you think, what decks you think are going to be good after the ban list. Let's talk about it in the comments. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I'm trying to get to work, so peace out.